So we actually met on Match.com. And the funny thing about it, we didn't even realize that we lived in different states.
He asked me out to coffee first, so he had to travel from Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, all the way to here, where we had coffee, and then we went out to dinner for our first date.
Yeah, we talked for about a month online on Match.com, and then eventually I worked up the courage to come up here and get a coffee. As exciting as that is, it's not very unique, but it works.
But he brought me a whole bunch of gifts. First time ever meeting, we met in the parking lot of Classic Rock here in Springfield. And he brought me wine, a t-shirt, I had recently injured my back, so he brought me some the menthol cream for my back, flowers, and a couple loaves of bread. We actually went and played mini golf, and we had a few drinks, and we didn't really keep score either. That's how we knew it went well. We went to the Flame Steakhouse, and he parked his car, we walked into the restaurant, sat down, and he was worried about where he parked because he's not from this area. And so he left me in the restaurant by myself. I had just met this man, and he was gone for like 20 minutes. I didn't think he was coming back, so I was a little stressed. We went from coffee to a steakhouse, and I was worried about getting towed. So I went and took like 20 minutes. I left her alone in the restaurant by herself. So I had 2 drinks on my table. The waiter kept coming over like, I don't know. And she thought I ditched her. I thought that was it. I think her best quality is loyalty. Everything that we do, she's always thinking about me. She's always thinking about how I might feel or how I'm doing throughout the day. She is just so in tune with how I might feel. And it truly makes me feel special. He plays along with everything. We have a lot of energy together. We like to goof around. I can say something random, make a random noise, and he will just copy it back. I know that doesn't sound romantic, but for me, I like the humor and the comedy bit to it. We can just find the funniest things, like just little random noises or words. It's kind of hard to explain, but we can sit there and burst into laughter over nothing, literally. I like that we can laugh at anything and everything. Even in a bad situation, he could pull me out of it. And then we end up laughing at the end of it. No matter if it's between us or maybe it's someone else's situation, he pulls me back out of it, and it's always through humor. I did it after work one day, right before Thanksgiving. I wanted to be able to meet her family the right way, and I wanted to be able to show their family that I'm going to be there for her, and I wanted her to be able to show off a little bit, just like any person really wants to. I noticed he was outside speaking with my dad, and I mean, they do that, but I was inside the house, and my grandma was watching him, my mom was watching him, and they asked, do you think Jake's going to pop the question? No, I really didn't. I didn't think so at the time. But it was like a week later or so. It was still before Thanksgiving. He came home from work, and he got off work early. Started talking about how we met and some of the things that we would say over and over to each other. I actually have like this silly little rule set that I would do with her. And we just talked over and over and over for a good hour, and we were in our home, and once we started kind of talking about that and some of our future and where we wanted to be, I kind of just slid down onto one knee. It wasn't anything extravagant, but it was very intimate, and that's what we wanted. We wanted it very intimate, and we wanted it between just us, and then we kind of showed off to everybody once we did it. We were both kind of unsure how that would go, if we wanted something public or private, but we hadn't discussed it. I was grateful for a private setting. But I really wanted it to be an intimate thing. I wanted it to be between us and nobody else. It's nobody else's show. It was for you and I. And I remember reminiscing and being thankful for everything that I had. And as I ran through those memories, it just happened. I kind of slipped off the couch. She was sitting on the ottoman, and I grabbed her hand.
and that's how I did it. I kind of made some promises, some reassurances, but at the end of the day, I knew I wanted her to be the one, and I asked her to be. Definitely your worst quality.
No shot.
Your stubbornness. Whenever you get locked onto something, there is no convincing you otherwise.
I know my family and friends can probably say that's true too. So I think Jake will be a stern parent. I know he looks forward to sports, but I think he'll also be a very loving parent, especially to a little girl. We have 2 pets right now, 1 boy, 1 girl, and that's exactly how it is. He's a little stern with the boy, very loving with the girl. So I think he's going to be a wonderful dad.
I couldn't be happier, and it's been a dream process so far. But even though I've been having so much fun, I can't wait for our future and that journey that we're on. And I'm very excited to take that next step with her. You've showed me so many different sides of you, and you've always reassured me, and I think that's a very unusual thing for me. I'm used to being that rock steady force in people's lives, and it's very unusual for me to turn around and be able to lean on her and just feel reassured, especially with things that I would never expect you to know, like hanging the TV or riding the skiddity bop, or
He makes the skid steer. I call it the skiddity bop.
skiddity bop. Just things that most girls do not know. And it's just amazing to me, the strength that you have in everything. I am so looking forward to the future, always thinking about tomorrow and whatever's going on, but I am so grateful for the process that we're in right now, the everyday routine that we're in. It's just amazing. It's hard for me, but I take a step back and I realize how far we've come, and I really am grateful for what we're doing. And I think down the road, it's just going to be a beautiful thing when you look back and you see everything that we've gone through. Dream wedding, dream process, it doesn't begin to encompass that. But definitely looking forward to the children one day, and dream house and all that good stuff, that white picket fence trick event, bringing Harley and Possum along with us, and a couple dogs, maybe 3.
1 dog.
Good, well, just trying to live out that American dream type stuff. So